You're live. Where? Random 9 o'clock, July 31st. On a Thursday, no less. Thursday. It's not even like the weekend. Dismiss. Dismiss, perhaps. Dismiss. Excuse me. That's not really how I wanted to start this off or anything. All right, let's go. Hey, here we are. Actually, here I am. I am here now. And I adjusted some of my settings. Hello, hello. I adjusted some of my OBS settings to see, I don't know if that might help streaming quality wise. So we'll see how it goes. Hello, hello. I don't have anything huge planned except a little bit of drawing and a little bit of hanging out. I haven't streamed here in a while. And I wanted to. So, close that, open this, put this here. Hello, hello. Thank you guys for, the end. Let me change that. Hello, friends. There we go. That ought to look a little bit better for you. A little bit more friendly. What happened to my chat? There it is. Beautiful. Hello, only plays Hololive enjoyer. Yes, that is me. I am an enjoyer of many a funny. As you can see, we're hanging out in my corner right now. I will transition over into my drawing studio here momentarily. But I thought this would be a good place to start us out at. Which is weird, because I've got like, feels like just a big empty area to the left here. And I'm not entirely sure. I guess when I set it up, it was, you know, so I could bring stuff in on the left. Look at. Exciting. But yeah, right now it just feels kind of empty. I don't even have chat on the screen. That is also very sad. I should have thought about that before I started. I was trying to set a couple things up. Trying to come up with like a new little thumbnail so I didn't reuse that old one. Trying to come up with some ideas on what I was going to draw, which actually I had some ideas for stuff I was working on. So it's not like we don't have anything to jump off from. But I'm hoping to work on a new little animation this coming weekend. Which it's been, to me, it feels like it's been a minute. I know I put out that short, like Bibu and Narissa animation. Reconnection successful. Okay. Yeah, that's why I was changing the settings to see if I could get a better connection, better stream settings. It already dropped once, so that does make me a little concerned. But you know, you can't figure out what works and what doesn't without trying a few things. But anyway, yeah, the last one I did was that peak animation. It was just like a 10-second thing. But I haven't been working on a new one at all this week. I've been coming up with like a couple different ideas on what I want to do, but I feel like I haven't been as focused on a major project like I have been. So once tomorrow rolls around, because I want to draw some stuff tonight, which is partly what the stream's going to be about. Once tomorrow rolls around, I might actually get like a good start on the next little animation, and then work on it a little bit through the weekend. And I really need to not force myself to, you know, finish stuff. Well, what I mean to say is, I gotta let my projects breathe a little bit. Instead of just trying to force something to come out, you know, when it might not technically be done, or there could be room for more improvement. You know what I mean? Do I have one of these models that's smiling? There we go. There, that's a little bit more friendly. See, I know I might come off a little bit more monotone, but, you know, I'm trying to put off more of a friendly vibe. Friendly. Friends. See, that's why I changed that scrolling text up there at the top. But you know what's really fun is when you're in the middle of a project and you know exactly what you're trying to do and you can just like keep working, you know? Like when you're running or whatever and you kind of get into this like groove. You can see the finish line, you feel like you know how long it's going to take to get there, and you just kind of keep pushing through it. Ah, thank you. Which that's another thing I really want to do. I want to do some more running. I always forget about running in general. Where I bought a treadmill a few years ago, as people tend to do. I think everyone kind of gets that urge one point in their life. I'm gonna get a treadmill. I'm gonna run, or get my cardio in. I'm gonna be good. Good? Well, that's not that bad. Those disconnections haven't been too bad. But like, you know, you get a treadmill and you say you're gonna use it, and you use it a little bit, and then you stop using it, and then you use it a little bit more. Oh, we're just hanging out. I'm just chatting a bit. And then you forget to use it. I need to use my treadmill some more though. The thing that I've been doing more of recently, it's kind of the easiest thing, because they're just right there, and I can like lift those weights like whenever. Like I don't have to really do much, and I can say like I'm actually like exercising. So that's been kind of like my go-to, but I really do need to run a little bit more. I think that'd be pretty beneficial. So yeah, that's kind of like where my head's at. I think there's a few other like life things I probably need to get like taken care of. But you know how it is. Oh yeah. Still realize, you know what I used to do? I've got it kind of set up in a pretty awkward spot. But I used to like just, you know, watch streams while on the treadmill. And I specifically remember I was watching a lot of like the HoloLive Minecraft streams. I was watching a lot of like Ame's. I think it was when she was building like PPP. That was really fun. And then it's all about like when are you gonna do it too. That's favorite Uma Musume. I don't have a favorite Uma Musume because I've tried playing the game a couple times. And I just haven't really like gotten I just haven't really gotten into the mechanics of it. Which I don't know. Part of that's on me because I was kind of like skimming through the, I don't know, the actual like tutorial. Because the whole, you know, intro to this sort of game is like wall of text. Because there's a lot of stuff to explain. And then there's the whole like world building and lore and stuff. Better for walking, speed walking. That makes sense. I may be slightly exaggerating here because I've probably done more like fast walking on the treadmill compared to like actual running. And I don't think I've like put in like long distances or anything either. Especially in like certain months, you know, the weather is just terrible. Way too hot, you know. But even when the weather's nice, I can always find an excuse not to go out there. It's not like I don't have, you know, a safe place to walk around or anything. I just don't really make the effort to get out there like I should. And then it's like, what kind of playlist are you going to be listening to? Are you going to be listening to music? Or are you going to listen to like podcasts? Or are you going to listen to like an audiobook? And then it's like you got to pick something to listen to. Of course, I still have that issue when I'm like just around the house too. Because unfortunately, it's like you can't really just sit in silence, you know, or work in silence. You got to find something to fill that gap. And there's like no shortage at all of stuff to listen to. And then it still feels like you can't find anything. You know what I mean? We've got almost 20 years of YouTube. We've got like millions of podcasts, audiobooks for days. You know. I used to pay for audiobooks. And then I just haven't really listened to them as much. And then I found some YouTube channels that actually like host a lot of books. I was listening to those for a minute, but I haven't really gotten into like audiobooks in a while. You seen the Uma Musume anime? I think when the first season, God, when did the first season air? Because isn't it the second season that's going on right now? Uma Musume anime season 1. Why do I have caps lock on? Who turned my caps lock on? Newest anime. 2018. Okay, that makes sense. I feel like I was still watching a little bit of anime in 2018. Because I feel like I might have watched like the first episode, and that would have been it. Maybe the first two. I don't know. But it would have been back then. Hey, Vega! I'm sorry, I haven't streamed in a while, so I haven't really had a chance to say hi to you. 3 seasons, side story. Well, what's crazy is there was definitely a period in my life where I was like watching anime religiously. I feel like if you've ever gotten into anime, if you've ever liked anime, then you can kind of relate. You can kind of relate to this because, you know, you start off with Western, you know, live action or animated shows, whatever, when you're a kid. There's a certain point where someone introduces you to like a manga or like an anime on Toonami or something. And I think for me, I had been introduced to like a handful of animes when I was like younger, but I didn't really watch like on my own time, whatever. But it kind of like opened the door. And I think, you know, like your Naruto's, Dragon Ball Z, One Piece, that stuff was very much like, here, Here, I'll stand over here. I'll fill the space a little bit better. Step aside from my computer. Anyway, but that stuff like kind of like opened the gates. And then it's like seeing Studio Ghibli movies. That kind of like broke it wide open, because then it's like, wow, this is like art, man. And before you know it, you start like going online and looking at all these anime lists, because there's like a million different animes out there, and there's 100 different lists that all rank them like crazy. And you think, well, dang, now that I'm getting into anime, I gotta like watch all these different shows, and that way I can have a solid opinion about this form of media. And next thing you know, you're spending like every waking hour trying to consume as much anime as physically possible. And it becomes almost like a second job, because I remember it was like after I got out of high school, all I would do is I'd go to work and then I'd come home and I'd watch anime. And I was just like episode after episode after episode. And that was every day for like at least a couple years. And then it started to slow down, where I was only watching like 1 or 2 shows a season. Or then it was only like, well, I'll watch this thing because it's like supposed to be really good. And then eventually it just kind of like tapered off, you know? You burn out on it. And it doesn't really help that the anime like cycle is so like fast, because they put out so many shows per season, you know? And you know, you're not gonna like every genre of anime, but that doesn't mean that you're not gonna want to like try and like sample a bunch of the stuff. That's pretty impressive. A whole summer break catching up on One Piece. I feel like I see the mic keep going into the red. The hell is Ed, Ed, and Eddie? I loved Cartoon Network back when I was a kid. That's when it was good. Buffering. All right. Are we back? Are we so back? Are we back? We are so back. We're so back. Okay. Yeah, so I went into OBS and it had like a tool in here. It was like, here, let us auto detect your settings for you. Let me auto detect your settings. I was like, okay. And that's why I'm trying out. I let them auto detect my settings. I'm still having a couple issues, which is all right. We'll figure it out. But anyway, from anime to VTuber pipeline. All right, I think I'm gonna switch over to my my drawing studio here. Put me right back here. Problems may consist. I do not know. Do a flip. I don't think I can do a flip. Actually, let's see. What does this button do? Oh, that's the dancing. There's my walking. That's a flip. That's a flip. Wah! Wah! Flip. Wah! Flip. Shh. 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 Wow. Shh. All right, put me back over here. All right, let's flip over to the art studio. Hey, we're in the art studio. Just in time to put in my drawing outfit. Oh ho, here we are. The drawing outfit. Okay. Now, let's zoom in here. Ah, hello friends. Now, if I remember which button it is. Nope, that's not it. Nope. There it is, that's the button. Haha! I gotta get that stuff figured out. Okay. Here I am. Hey, and there's my hand. Enough nonsense yapping. I mean, I'm still gonna be yapping, but at least now I can start like drawing and stuff too. You love my Aww. Thank you. I want to make more animations. More. It's the dud. Wow, it is the dud. Ah, you got the dud. You got the dud. The dud? The dud's right here. Animate now! Alright. Let's see. I did not open up references. Oh, the bow bow. Be careful. This is the file I'm using for a lot of my like drawings and stuff right now. I've got Adobe Flash open, and I've got Clip Studio open over here. I got it all open, baby. I don't have a animation project open at the moment. It's just the canvas for doodling. I've got 2 Hollow ID members that I still want to draw. Computer is a roasting. Take on GG. Ah. Oh, okay. So legit though, I am pretty excited. Gigi's gonna be doing her 3D live. If I scroll back here, got a lot of Gigi references. Oh, it's got. Hey, Candidor. It's going pretty good. Let me see. How are you doing? I haven't seen you in a while. Mostly because I haven't streamed or anything in a while. Let's see. I'll grab a GG for color reference. I'll just put her right over here. Out of sight, out of mind. Life is Strange. Video game animations. I would like to do, man. I'd love to do some more. I'd love to do some more video game animations too. And I don't know if I'll do more Life is Strange animations unless I have like a good idea for one. Because that first one was like pretty stellar. And then I had a couple more that I did that I thought were like kind of fun. But yeah, unless I have like a good idea for something, I don't really want to like go through with it. Unless I start a project, then I generally want to like see it through. Everything you say. Even the bad stuff? Even the stuff? I've been playing Death Stranding 2. It's kind of been my, okay, so that's my main, but I also have been playing Peak with friends. What am I doing here? Which we finally beat. We finally got to the top of the mountain, which is pretty sweet. Been playing. The thing is, I don't play video games every day. You know? I try and focus some more of my time on drawing or making like plans for projects and stuff. You know, whether I'm doing like a single doodle, couple doodles, whatever. I don't know. I try and focus on goofing around with art and animations. And I guess until my last big project, which was the it was the Hollow Ian Reco animation. Before that one, I was kind of like just doing like a project a week, and that was like my main focus. I have not seen Picora yet. I have been playing, I think I've got like 32 hours in it, and I have not seen Picora yet. It sucks because I've been trying to play that game because I bought it as kind of like a, hey, you know, I haven't played something in a while. I just finished a big project. I'll get this and then I'll put some time into it. And so I was trying to play that as a way to like take a break from focusing so much on just drawing and animating. And then I started to get a little antsy again. And I was like, man, I really want to work on another project. And so it's like, you know, I only get so far in it, and then I don't know, life. You can only do so many things in a day. And I usually think about it very stupid. I think about it kind of like Persona. Because unfortunately, you got the, you know, the day cycles in Persona where it's like, hey, what do you want to do? What do you want to do with your time? Oh, yeah. If I do this, it'll advance this character interaction or these stats. Oh, but then I'll miss out on this. Persona. I haven't finished any, like, Persona games, though. Final Fantasy XIV and Helldivers. Helldivers was super cool. I say was because I played it when it, like, came out. Helldivers 2. But I haven't really played it since. But it was really fun. I'm a capital G gamer. I think I missed one of your comments. Butch Hartman video got a good chuckle out of me. Ah, yes. God. That's kind of funny. That was a mild humor. I don't know what I have her doing here. It's just like, wow, look, big arms, big hands. And then big tail. You know what they say, big tail, big heart. How'd you get into animating? Watched YouTube videos and Newgrounds. It's like you see other people making stuff and then you think, hey, I want to make stuff. Cool stream. Hey, thank you. It's like, hey everybody, my name is Ego Raptor. Freaking, that was my jam-ish. Jamish. Chris O'Neill rabbit hole. Discord is, ooh. Ah, that Discord is, yes, that's true. Hey everybody, my name is Ego Raptor. I just love the feeling of like having something, you know, having something to like show off. I mean, not like, I mean, yeah, I do like showing off, but it's also like, hey, I have something to show for all my time and effort. My name is Ego Raptor. I mean, yeah, of course I remember all his like awesome series stuff. I don't know why I'm thinking about him right now. There were a lot of animators back in the day that used Flash, and someone's got to keep that trend alive. Use it at work too. Ha. Sometimes, well, not sometimes, all the time. Starting a project is the hardest part. But when you have something in front of you, that's when it's easy. So you just keep moving on that. You just keep doing what you're doing and it's fine. It's like, well, as long as, yeah, let's see this through. I could have workshopped this a little bit more, but I just want to be drawing something. You know what I mean? I did go to Newgrounds back in, I don't know if it was like 2014 or 2015. That was pretty fun. Although I don't participate on the site like I used to. But it's just, you know, it's just cool reminiscing, thinking back. Especially because I was seeing something earlier. There's a lot of talk about, oh, what is it? You know, internet, like, censorship, and then having to, like, authenticate or prove you're an adult or whatever. And I saw that Newgrounds has a system for that, which is a lot different than what everyone else has kind of like been talking about. Where it sounds like, I don't know. I don't know how this stuff is going to shake out, and I don't like it. I don't like hearing about it. It's like, hey, you need to use your ID. You need to use your ID to like sign into these websites. And I'm like, that's so stupid, man. If it's not about the children at all. They're just trying to collect a database of, you know, citizens and what they're doing. But anyway, I heard Newgrounds has a pretty like okay way to do that as far as like a verification for age and stuff. It's like, hey, if you've been around this long, if you've like bought something with a card or whatever, yeah, it's fine. You're fine. It's gonna, I don't know. I'm trying not to get too like, you know, worked up about any of that stuff. Because what can I do? I'm just a guy. I just want to like sit here and make like cartoons and that's it. That's it. I just want to make cartoons. Draw silly pictures. Wow, bow. I would hate, well, I say that. I start to say that, but I don't mean it. I was gonna say, I would hate to be a kid growing up at this age, you know, at this time. But the funny thing about kids is they don't really know any different, you know? It's like, they're thrown into a life and they just have to kind of accept the reality. It's not like they knew better. It's not like they knew how things were better before because they didn't experience it. They just find a way to, you know, appreciate what they've got. I'd like to think that this next generation of kids can do okay. That's just me being hopeful. Because I also see a lot of mind-numbing information about the dumbing down of society and the youth. But I'd like to hope for the best. Little funny man. Funny man, it is me. Sometimes. Sometimes I do these shoes like that, and sometimes I do nothing. Right now I'm gonna do it like this. I do worry for the future of the internet as far as that goes. In the past, like, 20 years, the internet's definitely, like, metastasized into a corporate, like, cyst of sorts. Where it's just, like, it used to be, and I know people say this all the time, the Wild West, but you could have websites for everything. And everything would be its own little ecosystem, and you know, you gotta, you know, you gotta be part of their system. I really like your, thank you. I will continue to keep making animations. That is my plan. And I hope to. I'd like to say, if I could make an animation, like a darn near proper animation, that I could be really, really proud of. I don't know if that sounds kind of stupid to say, because I do feel pretty happy about some, you know, some of the stuff I've made, but I hope that someday I can make something that I'm like, I don't know, genuinely like impressed with. Oh, bro is a zoomer in COVID. Oh, yeah. Yes. Yeah, people will find a way to share stuff regardless. I mean, that kind of ties into... That kind of ties into, like, the whole AI stuff. Which... There's a lot of reasons to kind of hate, like, AI. It's not about to have to... Yeah, no. I think the saddest thing about AI is it's being pushed as a solution to the thing that isn't a problem, which is, like, art creation. Because that's, like, one of the best parts about being alive, is being able to create things. It's such a rewarding experience that a lot of the AI people that, you know, push their, I don't know, their services, they just don't understand that I don't want to click a button. I don't want to click a button and have it, like, all automated. I don't want to, like, be absent of the whole process. Being, like, present and not doing things perfectly, but, like, doing your best and having something to show for it, it's rewarding, you know? I guess that's kind of like even though I don't necessarily see my stuff as super polished or professional, I still do it. Because the alternative is just kind of like not making stuff, you know? Crony rage quit Uma. Draw Crony telling me everything is gonna be okay. It just makes a real bad affirmation echo chamber. That's true. I never draw these gauntlets well. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, I should have. Yeah, remember the famous words of Jake the dog? Sucking it. What is that? Sucking at something is the first step to being sort of good at something. Everyone wants GG. God, her 3D live is gonna be so much fun. I can already tell you this. I can already tell you this. Alright, let's see if I can open up. Never mind this. Let me scroll this out of the way. Alright, let me look up some picture here. I was near myself. I compare myself to other people. I'd like to think that I've gotten into a pretty good habit where if I see other animators making stuff, especially like VTuber animations, since that's kind of like what I've been paying attention to the most recently, it kind of makes me excited. So I'm like, dang, this is really freaking cool. I try to like hype myself up when I see other people's things, because I had a bad habit in the past of being like, I'm never gonna reach that level. Like I'm never gonna reach that level. And it just was like discouraging for me. All right, I'm gonna put this over here, put this here. This is a little reference. But now I try to think of it like, man, that is so cool. I want to go and try and make something as cool as that. I saw an animation the other day and it was just like that. Just like that. No Nibble. I don't know how to say his name actually. No Nibble? Nibble? No Nibble? No Nibble? I love the place that I'm in right now because I have people that enjoy what I'm doing, but I'm also not doing it in a professional capacity. So there isn't pressure right now. If that makes sense. Oops. The improving work will work. Style is right. I do like the triangle Roni. Triangle Roni, my beloved. I fear that I will never be able to surpass that. God, this isn't gonna look like a hand at all. I do like having fun. Orbitin. Ah yes, also another banger of a creator. Let's see. I'm just throwing shapes on here and I'll color it in. What? No, not at all. Been trying so hard to get my hands on it. Well, at this point, it'd be near impossible, I think, to get. I don't know how you would get this, because I've been using this I've been using this one for so long. I don't know how you would get it at this point. I just never upgraded. You know what I mean? I've just been using the same reconnection successful. What's crazy, I don't know if you saw the, there was like a list of, I guess, most popular female streamers. And Gigi was up there in the top 10. I'll probably use the same program and tell me where to go, but then they're like, they're gonna tell you where to find the code for us. I'm like, oh. Alright, where am I? Oh yeah, I'm gonna add 2 more little circles in here. What I really like about Gigi is the positive influence she has on, like, everybody around her. Vidal is so cool. Vidal. Gosh, that's the other thing that, like, frustrates me. I would love to do some animations with Vidal and that whole range of VTubers that he interacts with. As well as, obviously, like, you know, Neuro and Evil. Freaking Camila. Cerber. Was it Ellie? Trying to think of all the other people that are kind of in that sphere. But I watch clips. I watch clips of those people, like, every once in a while, and I'm like, damn, these are some really cool people. And I'd love to show my support by, like, doing some animations. That's also partly why I do these animations. Oh, Annie, of course. I can't believe I forgot about Annie. Yeah, when you said Neuro's mom. Fillion. Ugh. I don't know. So I've seen, yeah. So I've seen Fillion, like, collab with some people, but I don't really, like, know a lot about her besides her, like, doing flips and some of her, like, model controversy about, like, I don't know. I don't know all the details, so I'm not gonna say it. But there was kind of like a whole, like, controversy about her model there for a minute. 1, 2, 3. Gosh, and that whole V shoujo reconnected. I don't want to talk out of my ass here, you know what I mean? It just seemed like there might have been some issue with, I don't know, her using a model that she didn't necessarily have the rights for. But I don't know. I'd have to look into it again. It's been a long time since I heard anything about that. And I think she ended up getting it all straightened out, so, you know. But again, I'm not super knowledgeable about that. But the V Shoujo situation, now that's nuts. Like, everybody was getting screwed over. You know what I mean? Everybody in that company. I mean, from all the public information that's been posted about it, it sounds terrible. Yeah, that sounds about right. That actually sounds like what the whole thing was. I'll do like this, maybe? Yeah, I'll do it like this. Gun on the run. What sucks about the V Shoujo situation in my mind is when it started, like when that company started, and you know, they have Mouse as kind of a, like, I don't want to say like headliner or whatever, but just kind of like a main spokesperson, like their main talent, you know. And it's like Mouse is like awesome. I remember like first hearing about her, and it's like this person has, you know, what most people would consider like a debilitating life, like illness or whatever that would keep them from like going out and interacting with the world. And she was able to figure out a way to like get herself out there, make friends, like, and experience life again, and have like a positive influence on people. And she's just kind of like a very wholesome streamer, you know. She's like kind of amazing. And she's always doing stuff for the Immune Deficiency Foundation, and she cares a lot about those like causes and things. And yeah, through her success, she's like always giving back. And anyway, so it just sucks that that sort of thing would happen in a company that, you know, she was a part of. And I understand the stress on her end of being like kind of feeling like responsible of the, as like the face of that company, to like not cause any issues, even though it's not her causing issues, it's the company. I don't know. That was like a whole situation. A lot of issues, people and things. Oh, I need to add the toe thingies. Wait a minute. I also need to add too much detail. No, like not actual detail here. Oh, yeah. I think VTubing is just such a big industry that there's just high chance of drama and controversy, unfortunately. And I don't really like, I don't try to pay attention to that stuff if I can help it, you know? Because I kind of just want to have fun, like follow some streamers for fun, like watch their content for fun, engage with their, and it's like I know these are real people and they're gonna have like their own issues too, but I'm trying not to be like super connected in a way that's like detrimental to my enjoyment of the medium, you know what I mean? Much as I enjoy being like part of like fandom and stuff, like I don't want it to be like a negative. Let's see. Back onto the task at hand. I can't say for sure what I'm going with here. I was just like, I want to draw GG. Don't want to discuss. Well, I mean, I kind of brought that stuff up too. It's not even like, it's not even that I don't want to like discuss it at all. It's just there's like kind of like a limit, you know, where I'll say what's on my mind, but oops, say what's on my mind, but I don't want to like, I don't want to say something stupid. Ignorant, I guess, would be probably the better word. Gigi's tail. I have no idea how they're gonna do that, dude. But I have high hopes. The tail is gonna be very fun. Ah, there we go. I remember last year watching like Advent's 3Ds. I was like, man, Shiori is so cool. Freaking Narissa. Freaking Fuamoko. Bibu. Like, they were all so cool, and they had like their own worlds. They had like big lore stuff going on. Like, I don't know. Theirs was so much fun last year that I cannot begin to imagine what is planned for these Justice girls. I haven't saved in a while. That's probably okay. That. Yeah, save check. Thank you. I need more people to remind me of that. Save check. I feel like I could be more focused with my topics of animation. Or a lot of what I've done is, you know, VTuber, but I've done like some video game stuff. And a lot of the VTuber stuff, oh, hydration check. I don't have water. I have some soda. Yeah, that's the best. That's what I need right now, soda. This late at night. Sometimes I wonder if I focused more on like one or two like VTubers specifically and just did a lot more focused like fan art stuff. Shit, I forgot about the toe things. If that would be better, but like I want to like draw Standy. Oh, Stay. Oh, where is it? Where is it? 2 a.m. soda. Well, for me, it's 10 p.m. So you know, it's bad, but not that bad. I wish I had a GG Standy. I really liked, I did a little Severance Balatro animation. That was fun. I did that little Death Stranding, like, walking animation. And that's another situation where I was playing the game. And I'd been playing the game, like, for a few days straight. And I hadn't really worked on anything. And I was like, man, I really want to, like, draw something. I want to animate something. And so, yeah, I just animated that like Death Stranding walk cycle because I just really wanted to make something. All right, now she's got the like toe thingies. All right, I think this is mostly okay. We're in. Just so she can fit within the frame. There we go. Perfect. Now I can color her in. How about that, guys? I love that I don't stick to one thing. I've heard that it's better to be more focused with your like quote unquote content, but I really just make what I feel like, you know what I mean? So it's like if I feel like, because the other week I made that animation of, it was like me doing a scratch off ticket, and it was literally just something that happened to me that I thought was kind of funny, and I was like, I want to make that into a little animation, so I did. Even if it's like I don't have anything else on the channel like that, and I don't know if I'm gonna like make something like that again or not. Which, I mean, it'd be cool, like have some more animations of my like model, you know, doing stuff. But it's like if I don't have an idea, I'm not gonna force it. There we go. Really like. Thank you. I really like when fan art. There's like 1 or 2 different fan artists that are constantly doing those, and it's amazing. And I love it. I'm part of that like GG Discord, that fan art, or well, it's like just a fan Discord. But yeah, it's really cool to go in there. And that's another thing. You know, I really like being part of that Discord, but like I don't really go on there as much as I could, you know? Sometimes they have like sharing screen, like art minds, where everyone will like go on there, share their screens, and like all be doing art at the same time. People will like post stuff on there. And I don't know. Again, it just feels like another one of those things where it's like I have to choose how I'm using my time, and I can't always do everything I want to do. Hey, wait a minute. Let me do that. Make an extra one. Silly doodles. Yeah, actually the next animation that I want to make... Oops. Next animation I want to make is actually like a Risu animation. Because I had an idea for one. Or I guess it'd be more like accurate to say I saw a clip that I thought was really good, and I really want to like animate it. Then I went back and I kind of watched the stream. I was like, yes. Pyro's daily drawings, yeah. Exactly. I like how it's similar. A lot of these are like very similar structures, but none of them are like exactly the same. I think that kind of fits. I think that kind of fits. Which of the girls or like groups? Uh-oh, I'm looking at Gigi. Ho ho ho, I'm looking at Gigi. Ho ho ho. Oh shit. That's what happened. She threw me off. She did this to me. She did this to me. Okay. I love your work, super silly. Ah! Gremlin strikes again. I guess right now, you know, might be GG. It might be GG. Maybe. I don't know. My all-time, though, has got to be Ame. I'd say I'm a big Ame fan. Amelia Watson. Make this darker. That actually looks more accurate. Dude, that looks more accurate indeed. Huh. I never thought about it like that. Would you play League of Legends? No, I would not. Comicdud, more like, I like your comics animations, dude. Whoa, you got me. Oh, so. Amelia Watson. Yeah, I bought her computer case tower. So I'm very, I don't know. I'd say I'm invested. I got that. I also got some of her other merch. I got a lot of her. Well, not a lot of her merch. I got more of her merch than anybody else's. But that's also because I don't buy a lot of merch. You know, you gotta choose what you spend your money on. League of Legends. I would animate League of Legends only because that Arcane show was really good, and I have some really funny designs for V and Jinx. And that is my reasoning. Oops. 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 Hey, got it. Actually, I was thinking about that at one point. I think I had an idea. I had an idea for a League of Legends animation based around oh shit. What was it? I gotta look this up. I'm gonna look like an idiot before I say something. Fuck off AI mode. Not interested. Oh yeah, that's what it was. So, I was gonna do something with Echo. I was gonna do something with Echo, and it was gonna be kind of similar to basically what they did in the show, but also like what I did with the that Life is Strange animation. Just time looping, stupid nonsense. You know what I mean? Do like that. Make this darker. GG Marine. I love Cece though too. Like I don't watch enough of her stuff. Let me make this. I don't watch enough of her stuff, but Cece's really funny. I don't think that looks right, but I might be okay with that. That's why I made that one animation of like her doing the like eating plastic bit. Gosh, I feel like this color could be better, like more saturated or something. That might be too saturated. I don't know, we'll figure it out. Because this does not look at all like... it does not look like a hand at all, dude. It doesn't look like a gauntlet. It's so scuffed. But... yeah, if I could watch more CC streams, I would be happy. She's just got like a really funny thought process in like what she says. And the way she says things, I don't know, like her intonation and stuff. I don't know how to say. Actually? What if I make this darker? Okay, what if I do that? However, update Tilia. Would that be darker or not darker? Who's to say? I'm not a Russian. What I love about there being other Hololive animators is I don't have to be like I'm not, I don't know. There are so many good moments that I'm not able to like do, but it's fine because I know someone else will do it. Unless they don't, then I'll be really sad. So that's got a little bit of like, listen, that new Marine music video, I think I'm only able to watch like GIFs and clips on Twitter because it's a little too powerful. It's a little too powerful for me. What else do we have here? I got that. Ooh, let me do red. And do some of that. Yeah, that looks fine. Actually, we'll do some gray too. Now this might surprise you, but I'm a fan of Saba and Doobie. I don't know, they've got like a good chemistry together. Are we reconnected? Yeah. Saba Doob. There was let's scoot this over a little bit. I wasn't able to watch that live, and I saw a bunch of clips from that like summer event, all the swimsuits. But I definitely was thinking, man, they knocked it out of the park with this one. It's Wednesday, my dudes. Okay, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Also because I just did that that one drawing. It was the reference to the lighthouse, which I thought was pretty cool. I'm gonna pull it up again right here. Just because I'm happy with it. Because I did this, and I just thought this was really fun. But I'm happy. I'm just happy with how that one turned out. And it's kind of funny because I know they both mentioned, well, I don't know if it was just Saba that mentioned sending like Fortnite? Fortnite? Say Fortnite in the chat if we're back. Are we back? I need to see some Fortnite. Never mind. Never mind. That's the way to do it. That's right. Yeah. Yeah, I'll mess with these. I'll mess with these settings a little bit more. I'll mess with these. We'll figure it out. We'll get it straightened out. Actually, what do we got here? Well, I don't try to rely on streaming as a regular activity, because I just can't. I like it, you know, don't get me wrong, but there we go. Now I've got a gradient. Fork knife, fork knife. All right. Now I darkened this whole arm. I don't know if that's necessarily like worth it or not, or if I should only just darken like a little section here. Do you think Gigi Marine would play Fortnite? Let's see. If I do it like this, she played it with a damn. I completely forgot about that. You're so right, though. Damn. I need to go. I need to remember. I need to remember the old lore. Scuffed Xbox mics are always funny. You remember when Fauna did that that Minecraft stream? I think it was the I think it was that April Fool's. That was really awesome. Hello, Mr. Tives. The unregistered Hypercam 2. Yeah, that was like pure poetry. Alright. I didn't really have a plan for today, if I'm being honest. And yet, look, we've got a GG in the works. We've got a Mr. Tives in the chat. Everybody say hello. Add some lines here. I think that'll help. More of that type of content. God, the world tree made me so happy. Like legit, seeing people come together to help her finish that, and then the fact that Gigi like remade it in Ian Reco. Very, very beautiful. Okay. You draw each frame in the animation? It depends. The tail be more distraught. Don't know. Honestly, the eyes should probably be like better somehow, but here we are. And I don't understand why I started doing that, a Hoge like that. Because originally, you know, I tried to do it like, oh, that's a little bit off to the side. Tried to do it like that, you know, more in shape with like what she had. And then I was doing it like a big blob like that. And now I'm doing it kind of like this, almost like a leaf. If Gigi Marine met Gigi Marine, would they fight or make out? They would fight over who would get to, I was gonna say, like, fight over who gets to make out with Mori Calliope first. But there'd be a GG for everybody. Should be like 3 GGs. There'd be like 4 GGs. Be like 7 GGs. Eight GGs. Ah. I don't know what else to do here. Actually, I do. I lied. Now that's an idea. 100 GGs versus 1 Mori. Yeah, because didn't she just do that like gorilla stream too? Where it was like gorilla versus 100 men or whatever. Let me do like this. Oops, that's not what I wanted. Too many GGs, it would destabilize the timeline. I'd say that's pretty good, I think. I don't have... A lot of these details are kind of like stretched and shortened and stuff. Callie does mention GG all the time. It's kind of beautiful, actually. It's beautiful to think about. There's so much love for this little gremlin. Million GGs versus 1 Mori. I love what she did for Fauna in that Coughing Baby stream, too. GG's just, like, all around just, like, kind of a good egg. Little tooth? Little tooth? What do we think about Little Tooth? I agree. I still feel weird about some of the colors here on the gauntlet. It's true. Goo goo gaga tooth. Mori Calliope, Mori Calliope. Mori Calliope, Mori Calliope. I don't know, I might just let it ride. Oh wait, I also have to do... Why did I delete that? Needed this. I also need to add the sock. Mori Calliope, Mori Calliope, Mori Calliope. There we go, I'll do it like that. Hey, look at that. Smaller tooth. Maybe I should like just zoom in. There we go. Now I got two tooth. Two tooth. Teeth. I don't know why. I always do those kind of like more yellow. And I guess they could be like more of that orange. I don't know. Thingies. I don't really know what we've got going on here, but I think this is what it is. She's the bestest is. Alright, you know what I'm gonna do? Let's open this up. Let's open this up. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Open up Twitter, see what we got going on over here. Yep, yep, yep. Yep, 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 Hop in for a second, just draw her getting a diploma. This is... Now draw her getting higher education. Draw her getting educated. Ooh, some good art on here. I can do whatever I want to do. Look at this awesome... Look at this awesome picture of CC. Isn't that cool? Okay, put this back up here. A wholesome GG animation. Oh my god. Saw something a little not safe for work up there. That's not good. That's not good at all. Alright, I'm getting off Twitter. Alright. Let's see if we can't sketch something. Yeah, we'll leave that as is. So you can kind of see like how rough this goes from. And then it kind of like straightens itself out, gets a little bit more clean. It's beautiful. As it weighs. What is it? Describe it? No. I will not describe it. Staying on Twitter for less than a minute. That's my issue. Let's see. From my OC in your style. I don't know what style you're talking about. Let's see what we have here. What the Where I got all my colors and stuff. More clappy. I have an idea. You're coming with me. Style, silly. And you're coming with me. Moom. Oh no. More clappy. Try and keep it a little consistent, more or less, but still just kind of hard. What I was doing with her animation in like this one, I was doing a lot more like symbol tweening. I was doing a lot more symbol tweening when I did this animation compared to like previously, where I did some more just frame by frame with her. More calliope. Except for the one thing that I liked the most was the running animation. I thought that was like worth the whole thing. Let's see. More calliope. Aha. I'm kind of a cheeky guy. Oh, I always put these feet up. Actually, let's do that. I think one of the first like big animations as far as like Hololive content goes was I had Mori Calliope and Kobo together. I was very happy with it. I need to draw Kobo again, and I need to draw Kyla. I did that drawing is it? Did that Zeta drawing. But like, I don't know. I thought it turned out fine. But I really want to get something like special for, like more special, more interesting for Kyla, because I've actually seen more of her since she interacts with Bibu and Crony a lot. I'd love to animate her at some point because, like, I really like her dynamic. Ooh, I have an idea. I have an idea. I have an idea. I have an idea. Yeah. Gosh, yeah, a Kyla Crony animation would be so cool. Actually, I need to pull up. I need to pull up one more thing. Oh, yep, I saw that. I saw that too. Crazy from the... People keep saying that. I don't know what they're talking about. I don't know what they're talking about with that left arm. I just can't sit still, you know what I mean? Alright. There she is. Put her over here. High five! High five! Tamgander. That was crazy. There were so many good moments in, like, Ian Recco. And I really wanted to do something. Even if, you know, I couldn't do everything I wanted to. I'm gonna have Callie here holding onto her emotional support gremlin. The way I'm thinking about this, I'm like, man, I've got too much stuff overlapping. How am I gonna keep everything good? With that, you're not gonna be able to see like any of the chest there, but let's see, this, maybe like the belt here-ish, I guess. Problem is, like, now her ahoge would like get in the way. I could probably just like toss it over here. And now we're gonna put her tail. And here, this one be like this. Seems like that. Be like that, maybe. It's very messy, and I still have to figure out where to, I still have to figure out where to put her tail. Gigi's tail. What if I put her tail... reportedly remembered tail. What if it's kind of like a cop-out in a way, you know? Have the tail like loop around. Because then if I put it like here... then it's like, oh, it's looping around and it's like holding onto her shoulder there. And then maybe I could have her like arms go out like this and be like silly. And then shoes. Oh yeah. Yep. Patting the head. Maybe have that like up there instead. I can work it out. I don't know. She's a brick house. She's mighty, mighty. This too is grim. Grim. I think that's fun. Yeah. Where's my save check? And no one's told me to save a while. Okay, let's see here. What I could do, I could just animate a very basic like. That'd be kind of fun. There's too much going on here. Ingy stretch check. Oh yes. I don't know. I don't know if I want to like animate it because then I'll have to export it. It might be worth it. I don't know. That be how the cookie crumble. All right, we'll go here. We'll go to document. We're gonna do what's called a gamer move. Now you may not like it, but this is peak canvas size right here. You know what? You know what? My brother in the US? Yeah. Sorry, I was thinking of Fooly Cooly. Let's see. Make sure this works. All right. It's a little late to be posting this. Gamer idol. I'm gonna post this and pretend like I'm actually like making something good. Oh yeah. This too is Grim Reaper. 640 by 480. The perfect resolution. Look at that. Beautiful. Now I think we'll zoom in 150. Now we will turn this to a symbol. Turn that into a symbol. Call it GG Mori. Are we back? Where's my Fortnite in the chat? All right. The stuff that I'm gonna have stay be like back here. I think I'll have the face move, this move, maybe her arms move, and her legs move. No fork knife. Okay, so everything else I think I can have stay still. I will save this as it's over here. July is basically over, but I can still dream. I'll copy those over here in a second. All right. Now, the lines. I've been trying to do some more, like, thicker lines, you know what I mean? It's like, how did it get all the way over here? Whoa. This is the most basic, like, arm setup that I could find. I haven't messed with it since I first, like, downloaded it. I just think it's kind of fun. Even though I didn't draw, like, the hand very well, it's like, oh, it's just a blob. I think it's fun. What you don't know is that we're drawing Callie and Callie Mori Kumbayapi and GG. It's square, but it's not like perfectly square. You know what I mean? Trying to get better at my like line variance. Line thickness variance. Are we back? Yeah. No, yeah. Fighting. It's fighting. The how Flash like does lines. But it's also like working within like how it does lines, if that makes sense. There we go. Like sometimes the way that it like I'll say like auto corrects, but like auto smooths out looks really nice, and then sometimes it looks really like rough, and so it's just finding that perfect balance, working within that. Asian on occasion. Thank you for stopping by. Fingies. Uh-oh. Let's see. Let's hold. I'm trying to think. I'm not doing a very good job. Where are the fingers at? Like this, do it like this. We keep things like light around here, except when we don't. Think twice. Thinking at all? I'm pretty excited for the 3D live. I think it'll be a good time. Ooh, I'll do the Ahoge on a different layer as well. Keep it easy. Do those on a separate layer. Actually, let's see. Yeah. I'm trying to think, what all do I want on separate layers in order to make the animation easier to do? Or you could just do it all on the same layer and then just redraw it every single frame. Which honestly is also an option, because I'm not trying to make it complicated. Which it's not even that complicated to begin with. Sometimes I do overcomplicate it by saying, hey, let me do it on all these frames. But also that leads to some of the stuff looking a little bit more consistent. But maybe the actual like overall image animation isn't as good. I don't know. It's something I struggle with. God, that would have been a good reference. Do something a little bit more appropriate for the significance GG deserves. We will draw... I might just do like... Yeah, I'm just not gonna think about that. You got any Mori fans in the house tonight? Mori! I really liked they had a Alien Isolation, multiple Alien Isolation streams together, which were really fun. Something, love to do something from there too. What's really weird to me is Myth did a stream together more recently. That's a Mori. Sexy alien. I don't know, sometimes I think about, is this like a good use of, is this a good use of time, you know? If I'm doing this drawing, then I can't work on a different drawing, or I can't work on an animation. But then I remember, I'm having a good time, right? That's like the most, that's the most important part. Having a good time. It doesn't need to always be about the next thing. Because if I'm making something and I'm having fun with it, then it's like, that's what it's, you know, that's what it's for. I like having fun. May not seem that way most of the time, but that's only because I'm Hi. Hello. I decided to tweet out about it like an hour and a half into the stream. Because I thought, you know what? Maybe there'd be someone else out there that doesn't know, that would like to come check out what we got going on over here. The problem is, what was that one? Ivan the Terrible and his son. You know what I mean? That's what I'm thinking of. I hate fun. No, you don't. Don't lie to me. Nobody hates fun. You could be a hater, but, you know, I don't believe for a second that you hate fun. What are we doing here? What are we doing here? Fun. I don't know how I feel about that. Contrarian. Let's see. I will do this. I think this will work. Do it like that. And then that. You gotta add in the belt. I wanted this to be animated, but we'll see. One drawing at a time. Am I right or am I right? I really liked when Saba debuted. That night, I basically just like stayed up late animating that little boat short. That was really fun. Mori Knipey. I think it'd be cool to animate in a different program. Just to kind of like mess around. See what else I could like accomplish. I've tried messing around with Flip Studio before. Because I use that for like some other drawings. But not animation. I'm just so used to the workflow in Flash that it's almost a detriment, because, you know, coming to other programs and I don't already know exactly like what I need to do to make it work, man, it sucks. Or like downloading a trial of like, what was it, like TV Studio Paint? Is that what it was? TV Paint. I think that's what it was. Trying to work with that for like a minute. That was really kind of hard. Blender's cool. And I know you can do like 2D animation in there as well. But that's another thing where it's like, I'm not like super well versed. It'd be awesome to like do some of that at one point. I would like to. I did a little bit of nonsense in Blender at one point. Like, it was not that great. But it was fun. It's like the best thing about having time off was like messing around with different programs and ideas. MS Paint like a real Chad. One of my first animations was done in MS Paint. There's a little bit of history for you. Looking accurate. I hope that like reads well. I need this to be like, I need this to like come across this for tail. I think it'll be easier once I color it in, you know? Because right now it's just like, what is this thing down here? I don't know. Okay. And unfortunately, like, hit picks like a Giga Chad. I just saw a video the other day that like Undertale used Mario Paint to make some of its music. Is that true? Is that true? All right, so we've got that. So if we go from here, instead of doing like the layer thing like I originally wanted, I did a little GG like looping animation. But I think it was when she was doing a stream, I think of like the crime scene cleanup game. I did a little looping animation of that I thought was pretty fun. I need to do like, I just need to do more pictures. Need to do more pictures, more like comic type things, more animations. Excuse me. I just need to do more. That's the plan, just do more. Like, as long as I'm doing something, right? Kind of like the thought process, you know, as long as I'm doing something. Sleepy pod. I don't think we're ever gonna get another good Elder Scrolls game. I'm gonna be honest. I have my doubts. Sorry, I just saw Todd and I was thinking that. I was thinking of Elder Scrolls. I thought about getting the Oblivion remaster when that was like announced, but I was still kind of like, which I'm still kind of in this mode, not wanting to just buy games because I'm trying to focus on other things, you know, like drawing. And then I don't know. I'm sure it's fine. Is this the Comicdud? This I tried the more. The Elder Scrolls 6 is right around the corner. It is me. I am the Comicdud. And I'm drawing Mori Calliope. I was just gonna have this be a drawing, but then I League of Legends or The Elder Scrolls 6? That's a great question. God, you know what? I honestly believe that someday Gigi will wear her down and she'll play League of Legends with her. I think it could happen. I believe. Two fingers. If I do any kind of like animation loop, it's gonna be like at least 4 frames. So I don't know, man. I just don't know. At least we got the hard part out of the way. What program do you use to animate? I'm just using like Flash CS3. I'm still using Flash CS3. I know it's not like supported or anything anymore, but I like it and it works. I don't know. All these programs today are all like, they're based on a subscription format, which I don't really care for, but I understand, you know, it's I understand it's like the industry, it's just kind of how things work now. That is my mindset. Yep. I just like I've heard of GIMP. I just don't think I've really used it much, being honest. I don't even know if I have that downloaded. I know that's supposed to be like a decent free alternative of a drawing program. But I don't know. I don't know. No. Oh no. Very versatile. Ooh, interesting. I sure do love drawing. I have heard of Krita a lot as well. I haven't used that. What else am I looking at here? Oh, her tail. Oh boy. We almost got it. We do love drawing. We love doing the doodling. We love drawing and animating and having a good time. And if you don't appreciate that, you can just leave. You guys ever watch Chalk Zone? I used to draw stuff on like chalkboards and be like, be free, my little creature, be free. Rudy's got the chalk. Oops. I think this... I think this is pretty good. Rudy's got the chalk zone. Oh, I need a little line here. This is just like my Captain Underpants flip books. Flip. Let's see. Flip. Look, if you flip the pages, it's like she's petting her, and she's just full of whimsy. Look, we got Maury Calliope holding her emotional support gremlin. Bartholomew. School cartoon memories. That's what it's all about. Now, were you a Ricky Ricotta's Mighty Robot fan? Or a Ricky Ricotta's Giant Robot fan? What kind of question is that? If Calibors... Yippee! Who up Maureen their Calliope? Stuck here for 3 hours. I don't know. Beds are pretty nice. Have you tried like rolling around a little bit? Because even the simple act of like moving can help get you started to like get out. Bed now. Thanks for being here. Have fun. Good night. Sleep tight. Mighty Robot. That's what I thought. Yeah. Sorry, I just typed that in chat. All right, let me see how this looks. See? Kind of flat. It's just the 2 frames. But if I add 2 more frames, then it might look good. The problem in my... We good? Problem is, I'd love to get up in 4 hours so I could watch Gigi's stream. That means I'm gonna have to like go to bed. I could probably try going for another 30 minutes. I don't know. I'm kind of locked in right now. Looking at Callie. I know exactly what to do. You won't believe what happens next. Eh? Here's a little sneak peek of my GG from the beginning of the stream. If you didn't catch that. Then I'm gonna go back to work on the animation. I like to post stuff as soon as I finish it, but I don't know. I don't know if I'll actually like finish this animation tonight or not. All we can do is keep pushing and see what happens. Why is that all the way up there? Wow. Lines work with me here. Not the worst thing in the world. But, you know, take your time. Thank you. Like, once I get all these lines done, then I still get to, like, color it. I guess that's also a shortcoming of mine. I like to rush. I just like to have something, you know? It's very tempting to just be like, I want something. I want it done, and I want it done now. And I have something I can, like, look at. I don't mind putting in long hours. I mean, it's only been like 2 hours, you know? But it is pretty late. It just doesn't really bother me that much as long as I'm like doing something, you know? Feel that all too much. Yeah. Most of this is going to be very similar to like the frame before. There's like some slight movements that are going to help smooth it out, which you'll see once I play the animation. I sure do love being inspired. You know? You can't be inspired all the time, though. Sometimes you do have to just kind of like... I want to say like force yourself to make something, but... Kind of like why I like having animation projects. Time struggle, connection struggle. They're just trying to keep me down. Nothing else to it. Okay. Nothing else to it. Okay. No, we're doing pretty good on time, I think. Like, what is this about? Big ol' sleepy hit you like... Yeah. Yeah. Understandable. There's a time for that. Fortnite. Fortnite Battle Pass? Thoughts on Yofi? I hear it's pretty powerful. The stuff I've seen of her, makes her to be like a very interesting person. Well, you know, like with the you know, the Dumpy and then the freaking Godzilla stuff. Kind of fun. Probably not the best power, but... That's probably okay. Oh, God. What do we got? There we go. We're reconnecting? Alright, let me check my notifications. Message retracted. I didn't get a chance to look at it. Wait a minute. Alright, enough of that. Enough of that. Just one more frame ought to do it. Which would be this frame. It will be this frame. We can knock this out, then we can color it, and then it'll look good, and then I can export it. You know what I mean? One little thing at a time. It's the... I'm kind of glad I started off the stream in the little, like, Comicdud's corner, just kind of chatting it up a little bit. One of the reasons I don't stream art that often, art or animation, is when I'm working on stuff, I like to listen to things, you know, or I like to watch streams, and I can't have that stuff going very late at night for me. I need to work on it and at least pop in and say hi. I'm really happy you stopped in. I really appreciate hearing that. It's kind of a little late for me too, but here I am. I will continue to enjoy it and have passion. This is my burden. This is my curse. This. Man, I wish I didn't have to work tomorrow. Hoi hoi hoi. That's life. I think everybody understands that. We all have to do stuff we don't want to do. As long as we can find our own little, you know, let's say like comforts, reasons to get out of bed in the morning. Even if it feels like most of the time, even if it feels like most of the time is like a waste of time. What can you do? You know? Not to say that this is like necessarily the best use of time. I don't know. It's like, what is this for? I think it's for sense of accomplishment, sense of pride, making something. I think there's value in just making something, you know? Like, how does this... I don't know. How does this, like, count towards the future or to your present? I don't know. If the end product of this is just a silly animation, I think that's enough. You know? I guess the biggest issue is it's like can't just do this all the time, but that's life, you know? You can't just watch movies all the time. You can't just play games all the time. you're not going to be able to do the thing you want to do all the time. But as long as you can make time for it, then isn't that enough? I guess the worst part is it's like it just feels stressful knowing that like 95%, well, that's an exaggeration. I'd say more like you know, feels like 70% of the day isn't going to things that I want to do. It's like, well, what's life, you know? A series of things you don't want to do. I guess, unironically though, there's just too many things that I would like to do one point or another. Even if it's something as stupid as just like, there's some games I want to play or movies I want to watch. Places I'd like to go. And yeah, I'm not doing all that stuff right now, but someday, keep chugging along, get an opportunity to do more stuff. Really nifty stream setup. You think that's nifty? Let me do. Hey. Do a little bit of a. I have these different like scenes that I can flip between, but I just never do because I'm too focused in on what I'm doing. But I still like having them. Like, look, zoom out, it's like, hey, this is the actual like room. You know what I mean? My little canvas. But then like most of the time I'm like actually zoomed in so you can see what I'm doing. I'm placed first at a card game tournament. So that hasn't placed first yet. Yeah. What kind of card games? You talking like Magic? Talking about like Pokemon? I don't know that many card games. I will say, oh my god. I will say I've had friends try to teach me like Magic in the past. I never really got into it. I've really gotten into a lot of things, but that doesn't mean there's not stuff that I like. New Gundam card game? I know of Gundam. What are we doing here? Well, I mean, if it's something that you're kind of like passionate about, like doing well at, it seems to me that it'd only be like a matter of time. I would like, I know there's some like Hololive cards you can get. I don't know if there's anything beyond the collection aspect of them. I like opening packs of cards. You know that feeling of like tearing the corner of that like foil and flipping through like a new pack? I think that's really fun. I was getting into Yu-Gi-Oh there for a minute. That's kind of like what I was doing again, but that was like the last thing that last card game that I was like actually looking into. Neo, definitely character maxing. Or dopamine hits. Tournaments, huh? They're gotcha-fying cards. My brother in Christ. Cards were always gotcha. We're getting there, guys. Shuffling. Smell. Oh, yes, the smell of cards. Yeah, there's something very specific about how cards smell. You are right. You are correct, Mundo. God, this line is looking pretty rough. I need to open up my commissions again on my coffee page. I think I closed those because I didn't want to take on like any art commissions at the time. But I could probably open it back up here again soon. Not that I'm necessarily saying I'm expecting anything, but it's like, you know, be opposed to a few extra dollars here and there. All right, I think that's good. Oh yeah, buddy. You may not be able to tell. When I go back here and we see it looped, there are parts of this that I like and parts of this that I don't like. Like, for instance, I feel like I'm gonna give you a coffee or two. Oh. I feel like this whips up here really fast. Where I feel like there could be like an extra frame of like the tail hand being like over in this direction. I feel like this could stand to improve with one more frame. I like how bouncy... Here, let me do it like this. I like how bouncy the arms are here. Like the arms and feet fine. Because these kind of like spring up and spring down. I think these two could stand to have like one more and I think it'd be at the peak. So unfortunately, I've decided to draw another frame. And I think what I'm going to do is I'll put it right here. And I'll make these two on 2s and these on 3s. And I think that might help. But we won't know until, you know, we won't know for sure until I Yeah, drawing out the movement a little bit more. What I'm curious about... This is going up. What if... What if I have this, like, more whip? That goes up, that whips out a little bit more. I definitely like that better. This hair, the hair, like this hair on a separate layer, like that's one of the benefits. Try to get the essence of their characters across. Aw, thank you. I really try to do what I can to make each one like special. I'm really happy when I hear that people like it. So what I'm thinking is, I wish that I had done this hair on a separate layer. What I was trying to say was, it always makes it like easier to like go back and edit stuff, especially with something like this. This would have been like a lot easier to fix if I had just done it on a different layer. But then sometimes I get so hyper fixated on like having layers that I'm just like, here's 7 different layers for one character model, where like most of this is fine, like redrawing frame by frame, right? You know, like all of this is fine, like the arms and legs and everything. It was literally just this hair right here I think would have benefited. Gotta head out. Must be here. Thank you. I hope to not stream too much longer. It is very late for me, but I'm kind of locked in right now, so we'll see what happens. And thank you for stopping by. I want to talk to you about your art. Talk to people about me. I'm kind of boned, but what can you do? You know, what can you do? If I don't finish this animation tonight, then I'll have to wait until tomorrow night to finish it. And it'll probably only take me like, you know, less than an hour. Although I always like underestimate how long stuff will take. I'm like, oh yeah, I could finish this up in like, I have an animation I'm working on and I say, yeah, I can finish this up in a couple hours, and it takes me like 10 hours. Whoops. It's Daisy. No pressure. Oh, maybe I should make this go down. What a chaos stream. We're trying to keep it together. Ooh, I don't know if this will work or not. This is literally just for one. Well, it'll be for like 2 frames, you know. Comicdud, more like his comic. Oh yeah. This is. Oh, yeah, actually, I really love that. Never seen like this. Ah. Well, what about... Ah! My arm! This is... Well, this is Comicdud's Corner. Here's my art studio. Here's where I draw and animate and do nonsense. Thank you for stopping in. Arm broke. And here we go. Working on it. That eyebrow thing, game changer. Let's see what else I can do. Immersion. No, my immersion. Alright. I can figure out what I'm doing with the rest of this stuff. Oh wait, I know what to do. Do this. This'll look great. Oh, thank you. I'm glad it turned out. There were some parts of it that I thought were a little rough, if I'm being honest. But yeah. Overall, I'm just glad I saw that project through. Oklahoma City Radio. I think one of my favorite things to come out of that animation was the Callie running animation. If I could get like one or two good things to come out of an animation, then it's probably worth it. Alright, who's your Oshi? Right now it's probably Gigi. I would say that back in the day it would have been Amelia Watson. Would have been Watson. Ame. There are a lot of sorry, I'm thinking. There are a lot of VTubers that I like, you know. There are a lot of good dynamics. I think Gigi vibes well with just about anybody, you know. I would say that Ami was actually a lot different from Gigi, even though people say they're both like gremlins. Ami was always like, she felt like she always wanted to try something new, always wanted to like experiment with stuff, always wanted to do stuff for Myth. But she was also kind of like, I don't know, besides her and Gura's dynamics, I mean, she could get along well with other people in collabs, but I don't remember her being like the most social butterfly, if that makes sense. Raura is awesome. I love Justice. Everybody in Justice is so cool. I love, but talking about Ame some more. I just love how much everyone respected her too, and it was always like the Ame way, you know, because she always did it her own way. Ame way. Praise this. but I feel like in a lot of ways, each new English generation has been stronger than the last. And I think that's definitely because they've gotten a lot more support as the years have gone on. And maybe they've just had a better idea. I guess, like, you know, management as well as like talents have had a better idea of what's good. Myth's fantastic, right? But then, like, Council, well, yeah. Yeah, it's Council, right? What? I just got a little bit, like, confused for a second because I'm thinking they changed it to Promise. It is, like, they've all, like... Myth was held together entirely by the talents. And Council was a little bit better, but I think they were also still having, like, issues as far as getting as much help as they needed. Because you've definitely seen a huge difference between Myth and Council and, you know, Justice and Advent. Wee. Blame Omega. So true. Looking up. I thought Iris was really interesting when they first debuted her because she looked so different from everybody else. Like, her character model was just, like, so wild. And I thought it was interesting how they eventually, I want to say, like, smoothed it out to match a little bit more. While still keeping kind of, like, a little bit of that uniqueness to it. But yeah, it was interesting that they, like, debuted her as her own thing. They never added anybody else in. And then they eventually just folded her in with Council and made Promise. God, I miss Sana, too. I didn't see, like, enough of her, but everything I saw of her, she was just, like, such a bright personality. And her song, like, still sticks with me. And the way that I think she and Ina knew each other